from Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show.
Oh, screw that.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning into the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No. I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You gotta need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio with an email from a listener in Dallas who wanted me to withhold his name, and I'm doing it. This will be quite the conversation. I'm so thrilled we're on live in Dallas again because of the calls, the emails, the letters we get from Dallas are beyond belief and always contributed a lot to our show when we were on live before. So here's a letter from Name Withheld in Dallas. Hello, Tom. My friends keep making fun of me for bailing out on a threesome with two hot chicks. Who does that? Who does that? You're in a threesome with two hot chicks and you bail? He says, now before we go too far, let me explain. I was dating a girl, and one night at her apartment, she wanted me to be with her and her younger sister, who was only 20. At first, this seemed like a dream come true, until we started to get going and the sisters began exploring more than just me. Normally, having two hot chicks explore each other is cool. But these were sisters. Well, to shorten this a bit, I banged my girlfriend and then acted like I was sick and got out of there. There was just something about sisters doing that to each other that freaked me out. Am I being crazy? Please let me know. This would have been my third ever threesome, so it is not like I am a prude or something. It was just the relative thing. Sign Name Withheld in Dallas. Mr. Withheld, I gotta be honest with you. I've thought about this. It's never happened to me. Now, I have had threesomes and foursomes. I've been in bed with as many as 6 people at one time. 4 chicks, 2 guys. That's the ratio I happen to like. And I've never been in a situation with 2 sisters. But I would bet that the vast majority of men have fantasized about having twins. Twins are sisters, okay? Haven't they had several sets of twins over the years in, like, Playboy? And Playboy never gets very graphic, but didn't we see these chicks, like, with their hands on each other's asses and faces looking up at each other's crotches or whatever? Come on. These are twins. Twins are sisters. Right? Now, I think the idea here is that usually when we get into these situations, we are somehow chemically altered. Booze, a little weed, a little X, a little something. I don't think we spend a lot of time thinking about it. If 2 hot chicks are exploring each other's bodies, Most guys just get turned on. They don't start thinking about incest. Remember, these two cannot breed. They're not going to produce mongoloid children or anything like that. I don't know a guy. Do I know any guys? Two sisters, Dean. If you were with two sisters, yeah, of course. Dean's in. Brett, two sisters. In or out? In. Brett's in. I would be in. I got to tell you, it's their problem to sort out the incest issue later. If two hot chicks are working on me and working on each other, I'll worry about their last names later on. But not while it's going on. Not while it's going on. You're right about that, D. Telling you right now. You can get two sisters to climb into bed with you. You know what? Don't worry about it. Not your problem. Let them figure it out on Thanksgiving or at a family reunion. But you know what? It's not my problem. If two sisters want to call me into a corner or call me into a bedroom and close the door, I'm in. I wouldn't even think about it. Wouldn't even think about it. And yes, you're right, Dean, the mother-daughter combination. How many times have you fantasized about that? A little spank to that, huh? Come on. I know I've done it. Ever been with a chick who's like 19 or 20 and her mom was like, 38? The two of them are hot. You'd love to give those two a spin. But come on, if those two started touching each other, it's so taboo, it's hot. What are you going to do? Say, hey, this is wrong. Sex with multiple partners at the same time, well, that's okay. But two people who have the same last name, wrong. It's wrong. Can't be doing that. No. I think most men would simply press ahead and not run out. So what I'm saying the name withheld is, all right, you made an excuse. You said you were sick. If you can recreate that situation, I'd go back in there and recreate that situation and not think twice about it. They are the ones who have the conscience. They're the ones who have to worry about it. It is not your fault. It is not your problem. If they're two hot chicks, how hot is that? How taboo is that? Taboos are so hot. Two sisters just starting to lap it up, touching and licking and tweaking. Are you kidding me? What do I care? You know what? I don't have to go to Thanksgiving dinner with them or go to the family picnic with them. Are you kidding? That's their problem. My problem is getting my rocks off. And if I'm in bed with two hot chicks and they happen to be sisters or twins or mother and daughter or grandmother and daughter, grandmother and daughter? We see a hot, 45-year-old with her 18-year-old granddaughter. Oh, my God. How hot is that? How can you even steer the car hearing me talk about this, for God's sake? You'd love that. Admit it, you'd love it. Am I wrong about this?
Tom. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom.
I rarely listen to you. My husband is a huge fan. Every time we get in the car, it changes to your station, and we have to listen to Tom.
Oh, I hate that.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Okay. Sisters, twins, relatives of any kind, mother and daughter, grandmother and daughter. 3 generations of women. Would this make you get up and run away? Not me, tell you that. Let's say hello here to Steve on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Steve.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
This guy's a fruitcake, man.
Really?
Passing up a threesome with twins. That's not passing up $1 million. That's passing up $1 billion.
That's the chance of a lifetime.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
How many guys would kill for a threesome, let alone one with sisters?
That's right.
I mean, how many websites are counting down the days till the Olsen twins are 18?
And why is that?
Because everybody wants a piece of them together.
Together. You wouldn't want one Olsen twin, would you?
Why get one when you can get two?
You want them as a package.
And the other thing, Tom, when you're talking about the mother-daughter team, or the MDT, as we like to say.
Yes.
When I was about 13, 14, there used to be the show on TV called, I think, Our House, with the Wilford Brimley show.
Uh-huh.
had Deirdre Hall from Days of Our Lives, and her daughter was Shannon Doherty. I must have kept Kleenex in business when that show was on, thinking about it for them. Yeah.
Really, really?
It's all good.
Wow.
And I don't think I'm the only one. I'm sure anyone will agree.
What, some twins or a mother and... How about a mother and daughter? Would you be into that?
Oh, completely.
You would be.
It is like you said. It's so taboo. It's hot.
Yeah. It's so wrong. It's right.
I love your show, Tom. Will you blow me up?
Here you go, Steve. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Say hi to is that Devon? Devon?
Yeah, what's happening, Tom?
Is it Devon or Devon?
Devon.
Devon. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
I am so glad that you agree with this because I've expressed this view to a few of my friends, and they think I'm completely insane.
They think you're insane? They think you're sick?
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm into the older woman thing. I'm into, women my age. But I've had, different experiences with all sorts of age groups. But the ultimate thing that I have yet to achieve is to get them both together at the same time.
You haven't done it yet. Yeah,
no,
the mother-daughter thing is really hot. The sisters thing is really hot. The twins thing is really hot.
Yeah,
what guy would say no to that? I just can't believe the letter writer would say no to that and would run out of the room. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
you got two sisters who are exploring your body. They're all over you, and then suddenly they just start exploring each other. What, are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
what, are you nuts?
It's their own business,
Stay there and work that.
Exactly, Tom. Hey, look, my cell phone's battery's dying, man. I gotta get out.
All right, Devin. Thank you. Appreciate the call. It's Jake on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. Great hearing you, man.
I know.
I saw on Dino a few weeks ago, maybe like 6 weeks ago, maybe. You had a topic about the daughter talks you into making it with the mom.
Yes.
And I couldn't get on back then, but this is exactly what did happen. Is that we went back. She suggested last year that we go back to visit her mom for the holidays, and she talked about, getting it on with her mom, but me getting on with her mom because her mom was kind of like, didn't go out much, stuff like that. Her mom's not bad looking either. So we're in there, we're in her mom's hot tub. We're going.
And had she and mom discussed this beforehand? That's what I'm always curious about with these stories when I hear them.
No, she was like, I don't know if she was talking like, she talks to her mom every week, but, like mom didn't go out much. She's always trying to talk her into going out, and they were talking about, this thing about sex. And her mom said she hadn't had sex in a long time. And that's what prompted my girl to, she said, it'd be really cool, man, if you just, did it with my mom. And I was like, are you sure about that? And she's like, sure, man, it's for my mom. I love my mom. And I'm like, okay. Well, so we're doing it, and somewhere in the middle, they're both a little drunk. But, we had to have some drinks before we got it going there. She was, a little embarrassed, I guess. And somewhere there in the middle, boy, mom started playing with her breast. She started playing with hers, and they said, what the hell? And the only thing they didn't do is, they didn't go down on each other or anything like that. But, the definite, fondling and playing with each other while they're doing me, I mean, it was like totally, you said, it was totally hot.
Yeah, wow. And so did it happen once or did it happen more than once?
It happened the whole time we were, the 4 days that we were back there. It was last year, and then it's happened since. Mom's come out here a couple times. But that's when it started. It was the whole thing about doing it with your mom.
Yeah.
Her saying...
I'm curious about people who have had situations like that where it just went on like that, like every time mom came into town, okay, the three of you got into bed, that's it.
But, when her mom comes back, just so I'm, be honest up front about it, they don't really, they don't make out and kiss and stuff like that. But when we're three of us in bed and we're going for it and having fun, they do play with each other.
Really?
But, my girl says, she was bi when I met her. I know you don't really care for women like that, but she said that I needed to know that up front. And I said,
I don't mind women who are bi as long as they don't fall in love with me or want to live with me or want to marry me. I mean, women who are bi are fine with me, but I will never, ever marry one.
Well, I don't know, Tom. It's, when I get to be 20, in fact, just so I'm, be honest up front about it, they don't really, you know, they don't make out and kiss and stuff like that, but when we're three of us in bed and we're going for it and having fun, they do play with each other.
Really?
Now, you know, my girl says, you know, she was bi when I met her. I know you don't really care for women like that, but she said that I needed to know that up front. And I said,
I don't mind women who are bi as long as they don't fall in love with me or want to live with me or want to marry me. I mean, women who are bi are fine with me, but I will never, ever marry one.
Well, I don't know, Tom. It's, you know, when I get to be 25, I still got a year to go. But,
look at you.
She does all the right stuff for me, man.
Sounds good to me.
Hey, take me out, man. Old school.
Old school. Here you go, Jake. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. This is John on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, welcome back to Dallas, first off.
Thank you, John.
Hey, next off, you know, I think his friends are right to razz him about this, but I think he's got another issue. I think he banged the wrong sister. He should have been banging the one he doesn't get all the time.
Yeah, at the very least.
Yeah, you know, you don't bang your girlfriend and then leave. You know, you're never going to see the other sister again, and especially in this.
Yeah, I think there's something else going on here. I think he was also guilty about, like, banging around on his girlfriend.
Hey, if she's all for it, bring it on. Let's go.
That's absolutely.
And, you know, hey, if you perform well, everything goes well, you know, you can put yourself in that kind of situation again, then, you know, hey, I'm all for it.
You and me both, John. I'll tell you what, I'm pitching a 10 just thinking about it.
Yeah, who wouldn't be? I mean, this whole, you know, same thing with the mother-daughter thing. You know, just like, you know, the last caller said, you know, you got the situations there. Why argue with it?
Yeah, how many guys would say no to that? Like, you know, there you are, you got, I don't know, a fiance or a wife or a girlfriend, and she says, you know, my mom doesn't get out much, and the mom is like, it looks just like a more mature version of her.
Oh, that just turns me on even more.
Who would say no to that? You'd have to be insane.
Yeah, you got something forward to when she gets older.
Yep.
You've already been there.
That's right.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
John, thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Fred on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom, what's going on, buddy?
Just doing a radio show, Fred.
I hear you, man. You're doing a great job at it, too.
Thank you.
I got a little story kind of like that. I was dating a girl quite a few years back, about 3 or 4 years, and she brought home a few girls from time to time, and we'd always be partying and stuff, and she'd actually, you know, kiss with her sister or kiss with her cousin and things like that. And one night I'm over at her cousin's house, and, you know, we're hanging out, having a few drinks and everything, and they go downstairs and, you know, said, come down in a few minutes. So I'm like, all right, cool. Go downstairs, and they're both on the bed, completely naked, and they just start going at it with each other.
Really?
Freaking phenomenal.
Wow.
So, you know, I'm hitting the one and then going back to the other, and it's just like, it was so unreal. And the funny thing is, they were like the same. They felt the same. I don't know if it was genes or what, man, but it was an experience, I'll tell you that.
Wow.
Yeah, kissing cousins, you gotta love that.
Boy, who doesn't?
Yeah, right? I just want to tell you, man, you guys rock. You changed Baltimore completely. I tell everybody about your show. I got women listening to your show.
Love it.
And I actually talked to you twice so far, once Christmas time and once in August. And since that, I broke up with this chick I was with, and because it just, you know, it wasn't working, and it was always like she seemed a little too money hungry about things.
Mm-hmm.
And just things didn't work out. Now I'm actually going out certain times, and I do the stuff where I'll meet a girl out for drinks, but I won't buy her any.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
perfect.
Even, last night, this girl met me out again, and she's like 4'10", 4'11", 90 pounds. She's
spinner.
hot, right?
Complete spinner. I love that. What can I say? Who doesn't love a spinner, Fred? Thanks a lot for the call.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Like us on Hot Talk 1080 KOTK.
The show.
From Los Angeles to 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. Here we are together again on the radio. We're talking about the guy from Dallas who wrote in. He bailed out on a threesome. He had 2 hot chicks and a threesome. Only problem for him, the 2 hot chicks were sisters. He couldn't handle it. He left in the middle. His friends were all making fun of him. I'm like, well, don't mean to make fun of you, pal, but come on. What are you doing? Bill in Fort Worth, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
Do you care, Bill?
Actually, yes, I do.
I'm doing great.
Excellent, excellent. I love your show, man.
Thank
Great
you.
Show. I wanted to tell you about a time when I was in high school. There was these two identical twins, and they loved each other better than they loved men. And if you didn't know and you tried to hook up with them, they'd turn you down flat. But if you were just their friend and you just hung out with them, they would, they would definitely.
They'd make you an offer suddenly.
Oh yeah. Well, not suddenly. They'd give hints and stuff like that.
Right.
And oh man, I tell you what, they were blonde. They were just bombshells.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, man. They were freaks.
And did they work each other as well as you?
Oh yeah, man.
Really?
That's how they loved to start it out. Actually, they'd have you just sit and watch, and they would get into it. And then one of them motion you over to the bed or onto the floor or wherever you were at.
Wow.
Oh, it's great, man.
Oh.
It was great.
Oh, wow. So why'd you stop?
Well, because I moved away.
Oh, you moved away. You know what? That would influence my decision to stay. If I knew I'd have to give up identical twins,
I didn't have a choice.
I'd find another job.
I didn't have it. I was in high school, man, and I really didn't have a choice.
Oh,
my dad
my.
was sick, and they moved, and I had to go.
Gene's right. I'd still be doing mornings in Albany, New York, if I had identical twins that were doing me. Kidding me?
Right. Yeah, and you're funny you should mention the mother-daughter thing, too. I'm lucky enough to actually have had an experience with that, too.
You did that, too? Tell me about that.
Okay. I was dating this chick.
Excuse me. Let me get a hand towel. I'm going to sit back here for a while. Go ahead.
I was dating this chick after high school, and we were getting into it pretty well. And then she decided that she wanted to go a different way, so we split up. And I was out at a bar, and this was maybe a year later, and I saw her mother at the bar. And I really didn't pay much attention to who she was. I didn't recognize her because I'd never seen her really dolled up before.
Yes.
And I walked up to her, started to lay my Mac down, and then it started to dawn on me I knew this woman. I knew who she was.
Mm-hmm.
And that made me go, oh, let's see if I can do this. Let's just try, because she didn't recognize me.
Right.
And then one thing led to another, and she took me back to her house, and I knew where everything was.
Really?
Everything.
Really?
And then she started to realize that I had been, she started to recognize me.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked me who I was, and I told her. And she goes, oh, my God, I can't believe this. And, it was okay with her, and we hung out and did things for about a month.
Oh.
And towards the end, her daughter comes in from college. Her daughter comes back home for college.
Yes.
From college, and she catches us in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And her daughter freaks out a little bit, and her mom goes and talks to her and everything, and then one thing leads to another, and pretty soon we're all three in the bed, man. It was great.
Did they get on each other? That's
a little bit.
Call me a perv. That's what I'm really fascinated with. When the two people who are related, the mother and daughter, the sisters, the twins, the grandmother and granddaughter, whatever, when they start going at each other, that's what I like to know about.
Oh, yeah. It was great. And they didn't do a whole lot, but the two sisters, geez. Oh, man, I learned a lot.
Damn, I love that.
How to do things to a woman from them.
Oh, my. God, I love that.
Did you? Hey, Tom, man, it's been great talking to you. I got to pull in and get some gas. I'm on my way to work. Take me out with a big old bog hit, dude.
Here you go, Bill. Love that. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Roman on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Tom?
Not much, Roman.
I just want to say this guy is a pussy, man. He's a big fanoch. If that was me, I would have did it. I've never been in that situation, man, but I would do it. On top of that, I'd make sure I do it right so it could keep on happening for, who knows, a couple months, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do. He's an idiot.
Well, that's all his friends are saying that to him, and he was hoping that I would tell him he wasn't crazy. And, he's not crazy. I mean, whatever floats your boat. But tell you what, it's not my problem with two hot chicks or sisters. You figure it out later.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And if he does it right, they're going to like it, and he's going to get coming back for more.
That's right.
And you could bring some of your boys in.
Yeah, exactly.
if you're a cool boy, you know what I mean? You can't just give them to anybody. You got to give it to your homies.
You are absolutely right, Roman.
David.
The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We are now live at Dallas. Every night following Russ Martin beginning at 7. On Live 105.3. And you can call us here. My God, how long has it been since people in the Metroplex can call us here on the phone at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's 1-800-5800-866. Start dialing, baby. Katie on the Tom Leykis Show. Katie. All right, Dino will explain the facts of life to Katie. Jason on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Mr. Professor, how you doing?
I'm doing okay, Jason.
Good. It's a total honor to meet you, and I hope sometime when you're not around in the future that some of your tapes will actually be played. But anyways, back to your subject. I had a situation where I used to work with a mom, a attractive mom, a very gorgeous woman. And at the time she was boozing it up. She was she was almost borderline alcoholic.
Uh-huh.
So,
those are the best ones, boy. The ones who are borderline alcoholics.
Yeah. She had
they do lots of irresponsible things they'll regret later, but that's not your problem.
This is kind of like a double, possibly triple taboo here story. But anyways, so she had a daughter. She was 14, 15 years old, and she kind of let the daughter go and do whatever she wanted to do. And on top of that, she was married.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so I'm seeing this married woman from work at her place, and her daughter just is around. She parties with her daughter, and then one night we decide to kind of like drink. And I don't really drink much, but she was like really drunk, and I kind of resisted, but the daughter was there, and I kind of coaxed the daughter. If she would do it, I would do it. So before you know it, the daughter and the mother started drinking heavily, and then the daughter started taking her top off, and guess what happened?
Oh.
Mom started getting really jealous. And I'm looking at those two, and it's like a competition thing, and the mother's panties are coming off, and then the daughter was like, you know, look at this, you know, and showing her boobs, and I'm going, wow, this is like a dream come true, you know?
Wow.
It was unbelievable.
So they were both naked?
Well, the daughter was like, the top came off, the mother's panty was on, and then like we all jumped on the bed, and then before you knew it, again, I'm not proud of this because the daughter at the time, this was my couple early days, the daughter she was young, she was very young, but
how young?
She was like 15.
15?
Yeah.
Really?
But basically what happened...
That is so wrong.
Oh, tell me about it.
Well, just so we can prevent this from happening in the future, tell us every detail so people will know what not to do.
Right. So as it turned out, the mother was starting to get more like an attention whore. She wanted all the attention to herself, and as the daughter wanted in, you know, unfortunately, the mother kind of discouraged she shoots the daughter away, and whereas the daughter was just like, I was like all over her, and the mother just could not stand it. You know? Really? And as it turned out, unfortunately, the daughter just got a little like, how can I say this? She got a little bit of experience with all three of us at that particular night. But I'm telling you, I had never ever experienced anything like that with mother-daughter, and it was like the hottest thing I've ever gone through. And just talking about it right now kind of wants to make me look for a box of Kleenex.
Listen to you.
It was like unbelievable. Like it's not a fact.
So did the two of them finally like touch each other? How did this end up?
They did.
They did.
Basically touch each other, fondle each other.
Really?
The daughter's panties still stayed on, but
really,
using your imagination, tongues.
I am
everywhere, and the mother was like. I think the mother was loving it so much that I think she just didn't know what was going on. She was so boozed up. And I woke up in the morning with like her in the bed. I don't know what happened to the daughter, and all I remember is the following.
So did you nail the mother again in the morning?
Oh yeah.
Of course you did.
Well, this was before she had to go back to her husband.
Yes.
It was one of those things where she woke up and she said, "What happened? What am I doing here?"
Wow.
So, but it was like unbelievable, and it's funny because this is the year where that daughter is going to turn 18.
Oh, this is the year. So what? Are you out of that business now, or do you still hit that once in a while?
That was a few years ago, but they don't live very far, so I'm going to go pay them a visit and see what they're up to.
Yeah, that's always good. What are you guys up to? What are you up to? How's married life, Mom?
Right, but the guy that he wrote the letter to you, I don't know. I think he's out. Something wrong with him there because it was one of the.
What man would say no to that?
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I've had women of all races, all different ages, wild ones, just straight ones. I mean, and this was like probably one of the most awesome experiences I've ever been in. You know, it was just unbelievable.
Love it.
But before I forget, can you take me out orgasm style?
Orgasm style. Here you go, Jason.
Oh, God. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Tom Leykis. Woof. Tom Leykis. Woof. 800. 500. Tom.
Oh, the Tom Leykis Show. Want to speak to Tom?
It's the Tom Leykis Show. What?
The Tom Leykis Show on 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Katie on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Katie.
Okay, I have a question for you. You know, you guys always say, oh, it's so great to have a threesome, 2 hot chicks, and, you know, how fun it is. Okay, what do you think about, like, 2 guys and a girl? Is that, like, fun? I mean, it's fun for a girl, obviously, but what do guys really think of that?
Well, I don't want to touch a guy.
I know, but...
I don't care. It's okay with me. I'm not a homophobe, but if I don't want to touch another guy. So if a threesome means it's 2 guys, I'm out.
But, like, what do you think of the guys that do that? Just out of curiosity.
They're homos, but it's okay. If they want to be gay, that's fine. They want to explore that side of themselves, that's fine.
Well, they're not going to touch each other or anything. They just satisfy the girl, obviously.
What do you mean, obviously?
Well, they
in
don't.
This age of queer eye for the straight guy and metrosexuals, why do you assume that?
I was just curious.
I think there's a lot of guys who do touch each other.
And so you think that if 2 guys and a girl hook up, that means that the guys are obviously, there's something wrong with the guys?
If they're touching each other, yeah.
No, they're not touching each other.
If they are.
All right.
I mean, believe me, can I tell you something, Katie? I have shared. I have gangbanged a chick like me and another guy or 2 other guys, whatever. But you will not see me macking on the other guys. It's not going to happen.
No, not.
Oh, no, but here's the deal. If I'm there with you and your sister, I expect the 2 of you to be macking on each other.
Yeah.
But as a guy, I'm not macking on a guy. Not happening.
No, obviously not.
I will never, ever accept razor burn as part of what I have to deal with when I'm having sex.
Okay. So, but it's okay, though, yeah? Like, if 2 guys...
No, whatever floats your boat, darling.
All right, thanks.
That's what you want, isn't it? Isn't it?
I'm just curious.
Say it. Say it!
Of course, that's what I did.
You
when
did
you're
it?
hot chick, that's what you get.
You had 2 guys?
Of course.
When?
A couple times.
Who were the guys?
Just random, like, I've gotten to clubs where I...
There were no boyfriends involved here, I know that.
No.
No boyfriend would do that.
No. Just like, you know, you're at a club and you see, like, I see a hot guy and then
Fine.
I see this other hot guy and I can't make up my mind, so you kind of convince both of them to come hang out, that's all.
Really?
Yeah. Fun.
You should meet the Staff Bar Show sometime.
Thank you, Tom.
They'll all come over together.
Bye.
Yeah, see, she'll never do it. Justin, in Dallas, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Justin.
Hey, I have to take exception with, a great show, by the way, but I have to take exception with the guy who had some sort of sexual contact with a 15-year-old and his mom. I'm a strong believer in sexual freedom and everything that goes with it, but, that's between adults. A 15-year-old should be just off limits.
Well, here's what you have to wonder in that story that we heard. Mom. What kind of mom is that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, Mom was there. It's not like the guy, did something in a back alley or a classroom or something. Mom was there competing with her own 15-year-old daughter.
Tom, you're absolutely right. And in some states, countries, whatever, 15 might even be consent, age of consent.
I was just in Uruguay. There was like no age of consent. There were 13-year-old girls at nightclubs.
Tom, I don't care even if it's a 17-year-old, if it's, you can't give consent. Even a 15-year-old can't give consent.
Yeah, but Mom was there.
To their mom to have sex with each other.
I mean, she was having sex with her mom.
That's what I'm saying. There is no age of consent there. Now,
I'm less worried about the guy who called in and more worried about her mom.
I don't. When she turns 18, look, adults should be able to have sex with whoever they want. No problem. If she wants to have sex with her mom, I don't care. But while she's living in that house under the control of her mom,